Hi
Hi.
guys, you're welcome to another episode of Diet Wellness, and we are going to be taking it from where we stopped the last time. Kindly give us a recap on what we talked about the last time.
Okay, well, basically we just started by defining food being any substance that you gain
Gives
nutritional value from, basically,
Okay.
the emphasis on the word nutrient. It's key. Nutrient is key. If it's not giving you nutrient, then you begin to doubt if you can call it food. And we talked about functions.
yeah,
Various types of food perform various
different
functions in the body. We talked about carbohydrates being an energy, a source of a good source
Energy-giving
of
diet.
energy.
Giving.
The food sources that give you energy. Now we talked about fats
Fat
and
and
oil as
oil,
well
yeah.
as another good source of. And I know we touched on the keto diet a bit, not in depth. Basically, bodybuilding food and tissue repairs and all sorts like that, being the protein. So I think we're going to be continuing today on other functionalities you
Of
can derive
other
from food.
class of food.
Yeah.
Today we are going to be talking about minerals
And
and vitamins.
Okay.
Not forgetting water as well. How can we get vitamins from food? What class of food or classes of food gives?
Well, it's important to first establish clearly that there are two classifications. There are two ways you qualify food.
Okay.
You have foods that offer macronutrients and foods that give micronutrients.
Okay.
The macronutrients are the carbohydrates, the protein, fats and oil, basically nutrients required by the body in large
amounts.
While the micronutrients are food sources that are required in trace quantity, like
Okay.
little amount, and they usually serve functions of regulatory functions, protection function, like vitamins and the minerals all fall under the categories of micronutrients, and there are a lot of plant sources for that. I think they are common in plant sources.
Yeah. Well, the leafy greens. Your
Vegetables, fruits, oranges,
Yeah.
fantastic source. In consuming these things, like we said last time, balance is key.
Exactly.
We don't just want to allow our taste buds lead us when it comes to food or wellness with diet. As it borders on diet, we really want to be kind of picky, not overly picky, but be very, very deliberate and conscious of what we put in our mouth.
Okay.
I think we're dwelling more on the vitamins today.
Yeah.
And I think it's important for us to establish that if you're looking at vitamins are, you can subcategorize them into two classes: fat-soluble and water-soluble vitamins.
Okay.
Water-soluble vitamins most times are not retained by the body, cannot be retained. You need to take them constantly from whatever sources of those classifications of vitamins.
Okay.
I think the only one water-soluble vitamin that can stay in the body for a long time is vitamin
B12.
vitamin B12.
Oh, yeah.
B12, yeah. For the other party, the fat-soluble vitamins, the body has a way of storing them in the body, usually in fat cells. We're talking about vitamins A, D,
and K.
K.
Yeah.
A, D, E, K. Yeah. So usually, if you think of vitamin A, you think of eyesight, you think of skin. Vitamin A's are usually in your dairies.
Like your cheese, your milk.
God bless you, milk, and the rest. If you're not lactose intolerant, you do well. You do well to take a lot of vitamin A source foods such as milk, cheese, like we rightly said much earlier on.
Okay. So let's speak on vitamin D.
Vitamin D is another,
That's another good source of
another good source. And as a matter of fact, absorption of calcium, for instance, in the body you need vitamin D for proper absorption of calcium in the body. Some of the sources are, like we said, similar to vitamin A: eggs, liver, fatty fish, full cream milk.
And you can also get it from the sun.
Yeah. There are research works that have shown that just sunbathing, that's staying under the sun for like 10 minutes. I don't mean very scorchy burning sun. Like early morning sun in the morning. Just you throw yourself out there for like 10 minutes. Would do you well in getting some very good vitamin D in your body.
And you don't even have to do it every day.
It doesn't. 3 times a week is fantastic. Just 3 times a week. Sunbathe yourself for like 10 minutes. 10-15 minutes. You don't want to be there for like 1 hour.
No.
But 10-15 minutes, fantastic.
And you have your vitamin D.
You are sure you have enough vitamin D to carry you
all through the week.
So the sunlight is a very good source of vitamin D. Like I said, butter is key.
True.
I usually don't advise people, though some people will say, oh, margarine is also good, but it's just a personal issue with margarine is most of them are like hydrogenated vegetable oils. I would rather say do the
real fat,
full fat butter, full cream. You get your rich source of vitamin E from it. Somewhere I don't know how it happened that skim milk and all those things are so common, and people are like, oh, I don't want to. If they say, oh, I don't want full cream, full cream will make me fat.
Yeah, people tend to see it as being it's safer. You understand? But unfortunately, people end up consuming too much of this.
Yeah, because the way it is, if you follow nature, if we take things in their element, in their
real
natural form, they are usually more nourishing. You get satiety, you'll be satisfied. Like if you're presented with a full cream milk and a skimmed, they'll say, what is it? No fat or less fat skimmed milk. If you're presented with those two, for you to be able to really feel the impact of that milk in that quote unquote skimmed milk, trust me, you have to maybe I scoop like 3, 4, 5 spoons. Most of these things are highly sugar coated, sugarized, or
even though they don't taste.
They may not taste it,
but it's there.
It's high in it, And guess what? With the full cream, just a little drop, you'll be fantastic.
Okay.
So you don't need to put so much of full cream milk into whatever you're drinking or eating or whatever.
I recall, there was a day I went to the mall and I was like, okay, let me go for skimmed milk. You understand? And I ended up, the thing was I wasn't just feeling the taste. So I ended up adding so much,
That's what happens.
And ever since, I just stopped buying it because I was like, why do I have to use so much and still not get what I want or the real taste?
Everything boils down to packaging, the presentation. The very words on these products are well thought of. They are not just taken at random, like, they are well thought of and planned. People are paid millions to do research and development on marketing language and words that would be very convincing and attractive enough to get people. Because they know a lot of people struggle with weight issues, with losing weight and retaining their lost weight, being at whatever. So naturally, if you're someone who is trying to lose weight and you see,
skimmed milk,
low cholesterol, fat-free or low-fat milk,
or low cholesterol,
my brother, my sister, most people jump on it.
Exactly.
And the unfortunate thing is, in order to make up for the nourishment or that fat
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction. They pump a lot of sugar in it, you know. There's a milk then, I think a long time ago, I can't remember the name. If I remember, I will mention their name. They had so much sugar, like you see sugar crystals in the milk.
Wow, that's serious.
In the so-called milk. Then, of course, we're like, oh, this milk tastes good. You could be scooping in it, but knowing better, you're like, wow, we're eating rubbish. We're just drinking rubbish. You understand? We're just consuming raw sugar. My theory on food is
nutrient-based or
nutrients. You need to get nutrients. The nutrient you're getting is the value for your buck.
True.
You're not just eating to fill up the gauge or the tank. We're eating here for one, we want to make sure our body, every cell and tissue organ in our body, they are perfectly getting maximum value from what we're consuming. You understand? And if whatever we're eating, if it's going to be affecting us in any way, watch out for whatever you're eating that's going to be very addictive. You know, a lot of foods are
very addictive.
I mean, the same dopamine rush you get on hard drugs. There are foods that are very addictive, very, very addictive. Sugar is very addictive, for instance. Unfortunately, most sugar addicts are usually in denial. I know some may be watching right now. Trust me,
like, no.
Always in denial that,
that's not true.
That's not true. Sugar is
very addictive.
Seriously addictive,
True.
you know. And the unfortunate thing with table sugar is, it's bleached. It's what those bright crystal-like whatever we see as sugar, table sugar, are bleached.
All the nutrients.
They are the complete opposite of nutrient dense. Like for me, they are
no nutritional
value. They are just like sweet acids. People just consume. You know. So does it mean people should not use? Because I know most confectionaries and
they are all the sweetness.
Yes, like stevia, for instance. Those are other forms of.
You have molasses.
They're quite normal. Molasses is actually when they bleach sugar.
Okay.
The extracts, the fiber elements
from the
bleached sugar is what molasses is. Wow. You know. So, but for me, not even talking about anything relating to sugar or sugar cane. If you want good alternatives are stevia. Like stevia is fantastic, and you don't need so much of those to get that sugary taste that we're used to. And stevia, well, from a few research I've seen, they don't really spike up your blood glucose. Okay. You know, and these are things people should be conscious of right now. You know, the time we are in. Look at what happened. A few months ago with the COVID-19 issue, people with underlying issues, dying. Some of those people were either very diabetic, suffering from
underlying sickness,
metabolic syndrome, or the other. Either they're having very high BP, or they had other, mixed complications. So as much as yes, you may argue that the brain loves glucose. But at the same time, the brain can also burn ketones. So if you know that basing your diet high on a particular food family is going to hurt you at the end of the day, why not just switch or just cut down? So anyway, that's that for vitamin D. Vitamin E is another one. Very good antioxidant. Good. It protects the cell wall. The cells in our body, their membrane protection, and I think it's good for hair. I think some people they take.
It's good for hair and even skin. Yeah.
Vitamin E, very, very, very good source of nourishment for hair
and skin.
And some of the sources where we can get vitamin E. Yeah. You talk about vegetables, leafy green vegetables.
Okay.
Emphatically, leafy green
vegetables.
Since we're in Nigeria here, we would say ugu. Your ugu is rich. Just blending your ugu and blending it into a shake and drinking it.
The juice.
It's highly nutritious.
Yeah.
Very, very nutritious. If you get to meet a lot of people who Naturally, you see them, they have good hair formation on their body. But if you check out their diet or family diet, you see most of them are are people who consume a lot of green vegetables, leafy green vegetables.
So I now understand this part, because there was a time my doctor told me to take ugu.
Yeah.
He told me to take ugu and mix with milk.
Okay.
Now I know the science,
the science behind
this. That the leafy green mixed with your rich dairy, which is the milk, and you have
basically a way of getting vitamin D and E.
I'm telling you, exactly.
That's a tip.
And I was like, wow,
blend your ugu
and your milk,
top it with some milk, and you feel fine. You can do that, like once or twice in a week, every now and then.
Yeah, very good. Very good.
Good for the body.
Very good.
Still on even the fat soluble vitamin now.
Okay.
Vitamin K is another one. And vitamin K is needed for proper blood clotting,
so vitamin K helps with that.
Very, very good. And another good source of it, leafy greens are fantastic. The same ugu, very, 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 very good source of vitamin K. So you can imagine how beautiful it is that when you eat real food.
Yeah,
real food. You getting that
real nutrients.
Look at the things you can get from ugu. You get vitamin K, you get vitamin E just from ugu. And then so it's important we know these things, and that's why we're doing this anyway, to help us be more cautious of what we're putting in our mouth.
Yeah. I think we should just talk a little bit about the water solubles.
Soluble vitamins. Well, for the water soluble vitamins, what I know is they don't stay in the body. First and foremost, a few of them that stay in the body would be vitamin B12. You understand? But like B1, that is
does that mean you have to keep taking them?
Yeah, it's always recommended to keep taking
those
water soluble vitamins, like in most of the B's, for instance, other than 12, for instance, are water soluble. B1, B5, 6, they are water soluble vitamins. You understand? Basically, what it means is water solubles are vitamins that are not retained. When you even take them in excess, your kidney has a way of filtering them out of your system. You understand? Because it's needed in trace amounts to help you regulate your body, keep your body going, So for some reason, that's the way we're wired.
It's not stored in the body.
It's not stored in the body. So frequent consumption
is necessary.
Is necessary, B1, for instance, I was about saying something that B1 is good when for those who are on a very high carb diet, people who are always
consuming
carbohydrate like steadily, usually because of that consistent high glucose in their bloodstream, they're usually deficient in B1. It's important for people to always take supplements. Get a B1 supplement for yourself. Very, very good in helping you. They are good in moderate amounts. Legumes, nuts are also good sources of vitamin B1. Your beans, fantastic source of vitamin B1. Nuts, pistachio, cashew nut, basically peanuts. Though some people will say peanuts are not high quality nuts. Well, this is Nigeria. That's what is readily or commonly available.
Exactly.
So, if that's what you can afford, I mean, it's good. As long as you're not going to be having skin reaction.
Exactly.
If you're fine with it, So those are some good sources of vitamin B1. Then of course you have vitamin B2. You also get from consuming milk and leafy green vegetables. B3 as well. You get B3 a lot from meat, poultry, fish. Dairy, basically. And they're very, very good for metabolism. So the list goes on
and on
and on and on and
like
on and on
that.
and on and
So,
on. But there's a particular vitamin people actually play down, and I wanted to spend a little more time on it, which is vitamin B12. One of the best sources for your vitamin B12, they call it cobalamin. Is it cobalamin or something?
what's that?
It's usually from meat. Red
meat.
For those who demonize red meat, red meat is one of the sources. I mean, just a slice of steak or red meat,
You're fine.
you would cover, will go a long way in
For the
covering
big bowls
your
of veggies.
veggies or fruits you have to take to make up for your vitamin B12. Wow. Because a lot of people keep throwing out a lot of things there. For me, I believe in balance. So I think I have to establish that I believe in balance, and of course, everybody has their own right to adopt whatever diet you want to adopt. If you say you want to be strictly plant-based, fantastic. If you say you want to be completely zero grain, like high carb, your life, enjoy yourself. And you say you want to be a low carb person or you want to be a keto person, all the same. It's all the same. But just whatever diet you are on, just make sure
it's safe.
It's safe. You're getting optimum value. For me, it's key, and just make sure you're getting good value.
So that's all we have for you today, guys. Right. And I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Yeah. Of course, we'll be coming with more and more.
More.
Exactly. So thank you so much, guys. And
take your vitamins serious. It's not an insult when you hear people say, have you taken your vitamins today? And some people don't take, it doesn't matter. If you can afford them, go ahead.
Take that.
And if you're a very busy person, you don't have time to be very detailed about what vitamins. You can get supplements. Get supplements. Most especially the water soluble vitamins.
Okay, like the B families,
you just B1, make sure you get enough of those in your shelf, just to make up for them. Okay. Because some of the times, some of the stress, they are actually signals of deficiencies of most of these vitamins. We'll get to that point where we'll talk about those signs. When you're deficient in certain vitamins, you start seeing them. You start seeing them a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So,
till come your way, guys. Yeah, it will come your way next time.
Be good. Eat right. Eat well.
And stay healthy.
Bye.
Bye.